Hey everybody, it's Brother Bob back with a positive thought for today. Thanks for listening in. I was thinking about the positive thought this morning, and you say, well, he's not in his office, he's standing underneath a tree. And you're right, I'm standing underneath the plum tree that I planted in my backyard about 3 years ago. And I want to talk to you today about fruit. Some of y'all may be saying, well, why did he pick a green plum? Well, I didn't. Storms came through about a week or so ago, and bad winds knocked about half of my plums, if not more, off the tree. So this tree isn't going to produce nearly as much as I was hoping that it would. But as I was outside this morning looking at the plums and seeing how many were left on the tree, the positive thought for the day came to me. I thought I'll talk to you about fruit. The Bible says in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, now the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. These are the fruit that the Spirit should produce in the lives of Christians. When people look at us, they should be able to see these attributes. And I know that's a lot of attributes. You may be saying, well, that's difficult. Well, it may be, but it takes time for some things to ripen. And everything produces. You know, God made it that way. He made for trees and animals and everything to produce after their kind. And so this morning, as I was looking at this plum tree, as I was checking out the plums, I thought to myself, we as Christians should be producing as well. We should be producing love and joy and peace. And you notice that one? Patience. Patience is difficult in times like this. Yesterday, the ban was supposed to be lifted, and here we are on May 1st, and they've extended it for 15 more days, and people are frustrated. Every person I talk to says, boy, I'm ready for this to be over. Well, this is affecting everybody in a lot of different ways. Some people are at home not working. I talked to a construction buddy of mine the other day. He's working twice as much as normal. I talked to a cousin of mine over in Louisiana who runs a store that sells building and construction supplies. I won't call the name of the store, but he said they're doing quadruple the business they always do. So his life has been affected. What do we need to do? Well, every person we come in contact with needs to understand that as Christians, we are Christians, and they can tell it because they can see the fruit in our lives. They can see our love. They can see our faithfulness. They can see our patience, even in difficult times. So I understand you want the ban to be lifted. Hopefully it won't be too much more longer before we can start getting back to normal. But everything produces, and hopefully as Christians, we produce fruit. You know, we're looking around, it's the spring of the year, and let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about when I say everything produces. Plum trees produce plums. Green beans, hopefully one day, will produce green beans. My blueberry bush is already making blueberries. Hopefully my squash plants will one day produce squash. But it's not just the fruits and it's not just the trees. Animals also produce after their own kind. I don't know how well you can see it. That's a robin's nest. Mama Robin was sitting on it and she's chirping at me right now, telling me to get out of her space. But everything is producing. And I hope as Christians that we are producing the fruit of the Spirit so that when people come in contact with us, it's like Dennis and I have been talking about on Wednesday night, leading questionable lives. When people look at our lives, they see our love, our peace, our patience, our gentleness, our kindness, our self-control. And they say, well, that person is a Christian. I can tell by the fruit. That's just my positive thought for the day. Appreciate you listening in. Hope that you have a great afternoon. It's a beautiful day. If you're not out in it, get out in it for a little bit and just look around because God's creation is wonderful. Have a great day.